Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here, the Home and Entrepreneur. So today I want to show you how you can make $10,000 profit per month from wholesale. And this is strictly selling your inventory on Amazon FBA. So if that's something you're interested, if you want to make money with wholesale, you don't want to go out sourcing, buying stuff from thrift stores, retail stores, you don't want to do any of that. Wholesale is a great option. But how do you get started? I'm going to show you that. I'm going to give you a couple secrets, a couple little tips. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand when it comes to wholesale is there's not just one place to go to, one store, one wholesaler, one supplier, one manufacturer. There is not just one. There's so many options out there for you that there should be no reason why us resellers are bumping into each other on every single product. There really is no reason. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on where to go, kind of find these suppliers, these manufacturers, and we're going to kind of go from there. The majority of this video is going to be on a PowerPoint. So we're going to skip over that. We're going to skip to that in just a second. But before I get to that, I want to give you one piece of advice. With wholesale, you do not have to buy large quantities. When I say large, I'm talking about 500, 1,000 units of a specific product. You don't have to do that. To get the best deals, and this is something Walmart does, Target, Amazon, there's other sites out there as well, and other stores. But what they do is they buy large quantities. The larger the quantity, the better price, the better discount you will get. Most suppliers, most manufacturers I deal with, I get anywhere between a 5%, and this is off of the wholesale price. So off wholesale price, I get 5% of a discount up to about 28, 29%. Rarely do I ever get over 30%. There are some things that I have gotten a good discount on, but these are usually items that are being discontinued, items that are no longer in circulation. They're pretty much just pushing them out the door at whatever price just to get rid of them. So in that sense, don't look at it as you have to get 50% off or you gotta get 75% off, because most cases you're never gonna find anybody that's gonna deal like that. So just keep that in mind as we get going forward. So let's get to that PowerPoint. Hey guys, so this is the PowerPoint part of this video, the how to make $10,000 per month from wholesale. You can definitely make more than that, but if you want to take your Amazon FBA business to the next level, this video is definitely going to help you get there. Now, I just want to point out I am not the biggest wholesaler on Amazon. I'm not the biggest seller on Amazon. I do what is comfortable for me. I like to keep my business fairly small. I make well over $10,000 per month with wholesale, but I'm not saying every single item I buy is profitable. Every single item I make, or every single sale I make, is the right one. Sometimes I lose money, sometimes I make a lot of money, but in the end I end up making quite a bit. So I can't tell you what other people are doing. All I can do is give you my experience and tell you how to run your business based off of what I've learned from doing it myself. So let's get into that video, this part of the video right now. So the more money you have usually means the more profit you can make. And it's very simple. When people say you make money or you make all that money because you have a lot of money, that's usually the case as far as wholesale. But that doesn't mean that I make a large return on investment. So if my price point, normally what I'm buying, the items are right around $9 to $10. $10 is usually where I'm at. It's like right there. So with that, if I can make anything over 40%, I will buy it. Okay, 40% is not that much, but I don't buy in large quantities, and there's a reason for that, but we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, so if you want to make more money, I suggest you increase your budget to increase your income. Very simple. That's usually how it works on most businesses. Money isn't everything. Like I was just saying, just because let's say I have $10,000 and somebody else has 1,000. If I'm only making 30%, okay, that means I will make $3,000 for that month. If the other person is making, 1,000%, or let's just say 100%, they spend $1,000, they make $1,000. That's great. Okay, so money isn't everything. Now you can easily adjust for how much money you have, and you can, plan your business accordingly. So the more money you have, usually the less profit you're willing to make, only because it's harder to find items out there that are going to make you 1,000% or 100% ROI every single time. One thing I highly recommend is you buy and sell products quickly. That means if you're buying products that are going to sit for 2 months, you might not want to buy that many. If you're buying products that are going to sell within a couple days, maybe buy hundreds or thousands of them. Okay? And look for ways to increase your profitability. This could mean getting rid of an employee, maybe hiring an employee. Maybe you need more people to get your products in and out the door faster. It could also mean asking for a better deal from your wholesaler, from the supplier, from the manufacturer, whoever it is. Get a better deal. Whenever you can get a better deal, I highly recommend just asking for it. So why buy wholesale? I get this question asked all the time. Is wholesale really the next step? Wholesale is a great option. Is it the next step? It all depends on if that's in your business plan or business model. I like wholesale, and the reason I like wholesale because I can buy larger quantities. When I know an item is going to sell, 5 a day, I don't want to just buy 10. I would much rather buy 100, 150, maybe 300 items, because I like to keep at least 2 months in stock. Now, that doesn't always happen. Some suppliers don't have that larger quantities, or it's harder for them to get it. If that's the case, find another wholesaler. Another reason why I like wholesale is because it's the whole automation part of it. I can hire somebody to sit in my office, sit in the warehouse. I could hire somebody or I could just send all my products to a pack and prep company, and they could ship it off to Amazon. I like to get some wholesale products shipped to me directly, only because there's a certain piece of advice I have for you that I'm gonna give you in just a second, of how you can make a little extra money. So there are different options, but the whole automation factor is I can pretty much send an email, text message, do a phone call to one of my reps, tell them I want to place another maybe order exactly the same as the last one. They can run the card, they can run the account, do it, and I'll get the products within a few days, maybe a week. So it's very easy. I could do it when I'm on vacation. I could do it when I'm sitting at the house relaxing, or if I'm really getting some work done. I can do phone calls, emails, text messages all together and just get a bunch of stuff done. So the whole automation factor is a big reason why I like to buy wholesale. Larger quantities means you never run out of stock. That doesn't always mean you never run out of stock, but in most cases you don't run out of stock. The wholesaler, your manufacturer, your supplier, they usually don't run out of stock on items that are hot selling items, or items that are new that they know will become they will start trending. So just keep that in mind. As far as bundles, for those of you that have been following my YouTube channel or following me over on Gumroad, I do a lot of bundles. I love bundles. The reason I do bundles is because most people don't. Most people have no idea how to create a bundle. Most people have no idea how to even find bundles. What I like to do is I like to create new products or new listings on Amazon. They're not necessarily new products. They're old products, but I take 2 or 3 of those older products, create a separate bundle, which becomes a new listing on Amazon, and then I market that bundle. What usually happens is I go from making 40, 50% ROI to 100, maybe 150% ROI, because I can mark up those products quite a bit just by creating a bundle. Another reason is I have a personal rep. One thing I like more than anything is being able to call a company, call somebody. They pick it up every single time, can answer my questions, give me advice, let me know if they're running out of stock, let me know if shipping, the fees are going to increase, let me know if they're having, back order issues. if they're they're doing inventory and are closed for a day, they let me know that stuff. That is why I like having a personal rep. I don't have time to figure all this stuff out myself, so having somebody that is paid by that company to answer all my questions is great. One thing that I've been trying to do more and more over the past couple years is build an actual business. When I was selling on eBay, that was not an actual business, because if I were to stop sourcing through thrift stores and garage sales, my business would suffer and I'd pretty much make nothing. By doing wholesale, you create these accounts, you create these relationships, and you're buying, X amount of products per month or day. You really start to build a business, something that you could sell eventually if you wanted to. Not only that, it's creating a lifestyle. Let's say once a week, you place all your wholesale orders and you're done. Now you just wait for the products. You have maybe people do it for you, pack and ship company or prep and ship company, or maybe you hire your own employee and do it in-house. So many options. So how do you get the best deals? First off, buying larger quantities is a great way to get better deals. The more inventory you buy, the more discount you get. Now, remember what I said when I was talking about, placing orders. And one thing you can do, and that I've done a lot in the past, I do a little bit now, but is I split my wholesale orders with other buyers. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm actually getting, I'm not really getting a contract or an order placed from somebody else. All I'm doing is getting, their word that if I were able to supply this product at this price, they would buy X amount, of units. So what I do is I will go to some smaller, mom and pop type stores, secondhand stores, and more local stores. And I will actually ask the manager or the owner, if I know who the owner is, if they would be interested in buying a wholesale product from me. And so all I'm doing is I'm acting like the middleman. Some things they can't get that I can get, or maybe they've never found this item, but it's something newer, or whatever it is. And I can split the order, so I can easily get a better discount on my products because I can split the order with another buyer. That's a great thing to do. In big cities, there's usually a lot of places you can go to, and this strategy will work. In smaller cities, it's a little more difficult, but it does work as well. So if that's something you want to do, that's a great way to make a little extra income and get a little more profit out of every single purchase you make. One thing is, don't buy with manufacturer's credit. And the reason I recommend this is because they always charge more than they need to, or in my opinion, more than they should. And they always add fees, and the fees, it's not like a credit card where they, it's like they tell you, or exactly when the fees are coming. Some of these things really sneak up on you. I know it's hard to believe, but it has happened to me. Now, not all of them are okay to use manufacturer's credit, but I'd recommend using either, use your own money, from your bank account, from your business bank account, or use a business credit card. But with everything, if you do get charged a fee or whatever it is, just make sure you mark that down, in your profit and loss statements, in your, whatever that's called. So at the end of the year, you can actually claim that as a loss on your taxes. Again, I'm not going to give you tax advice, but just do that, because that's with any business. If you pay credit, if you pay any fees, that's pretty much just the cost of doing business. Okay. Another way to get a better deal is to ask for discounts. The discounts I normally get are on slow moving inventory, on stale moving inventory, stuff that's sitting there, collecting dust, things nobody else is wanting, maybe stores haven't been able to sell out of, so they're not reordering, things like that. You can get some great deals on that stuff because your supplier, your manufacturer is probably just wanting to dump it. So, what to do? First thing, don't buy random products. Know what you're buying. Have some, education on what it is you're going to buy. If you can do this, you're going to profit the majority of the time. Never take a supplier's word. What I mean by this is just because a supplier says, "Oh, this sells for this much on Amazon," I'm usually the buyers are normally selling X amount of products per month. You know, you can get it at this price from this store, but you can get it this price from us. You know, you really should not take the supplier's word. Yes, you want to build a reputation with them, and hopefully they don't lie to you, but in most cases they are not 100% accurate 100% of the time. So with that said, always check current prices, rankings on Amazon, reviews on Amazon. If a product is being changed for whatever reason and it gets sold on Amazon, if there is something that a buyer doesn't like, they will let people know in the review section. So check the reviews. If they were all great in the beginning and then all of a sudden the reviews are 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, it might be a sign that that product is not what it used to be, and maybe just skip that. Another thing is check the product restrictions. If a product, it becomes restricted for whatever reason, maybe Amazon has too many of them. Maybe it is hazmat. Maybe brand restriction, whatever it is. Check that, because you don't want to jump in on something that is restricted if you can't actually sell it. Now, if you are dealing with a wholesale company that is pretty much just the middleman between the manufacturers and suppliers, you probably will not get approval to sell that brand. You could in some cases, but in most cases you won't. You'll actually have to go directly to the company themselves and get their approval, get a letter that you can send to Amazon and get your account unblocked from selling that product. Another thing is run a current manifest scan. There are many different softwares that you can use out there that will run an entire manifest just to see if there's any profitable products in that manifest, and they run it pretty much all based off the UPC. So just keep that in mind. If the manifest doesn't contain the UPC, it's gonna be a little harder to do it. You can run it by title, but in most cases that will not be 100% accurate. Another thing is double check everything. Just because I saw the price, yesterday and the rankings and everything yesterday, I'd want to double check to make sure they're still exactly where I want them to be. Okay, so where can you find products? One place is Wholesale USA. I like going to Wholesale USA every once in a while. I don't use them as much as I used to, but here's just a quick little screenshot of what their site looks like. They have a bunch of just everything. Now, what Wholesale USA is, they're pretty much just a supplier list. And you can see over on the left side, those are all the categories, and it's just a list of the suppliers. It's not, doesn't have any products on it. Okay, and that's what the rest of these, I'm gonna show you a few different examples. That's what every single one of these is it's a supplier list. You click on one, you go through the different suppliers, you click on the suppliers, that's where you're gonna see the products. Wholesale Hub. This is another great one. A lot of these are going to have similar suppliers, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to use every single one. Some I like better than others just based off of their the structure of their website and how easy it is to navigate through. So we got Wholesale USA, Wholesale Hub, and Wholesale Central. Wholesale Central is one of the ones that I very first started using. This is where probably my very first wholesale purchase that I made, or account that I created. I did all that research off of Google. You don't need to. There are some sites that you can use that are great for it, and Wholesale Central is one of those. Now, let's talk about Salehoo. This is, now I've used this in the past. I still have an account to it. I use it every once in a while. It's not, now I think it costs like $70 a year. I think it's a yearly payment that you make, but you can get around finding, or you can get around paying for a subscription like this. I pay for it. I'm not sure if this year will be my last year paying for it, but I just want to let you know this is out there. It's a great thing to use. But what I want to say before you go out there and pay the $70 or whatever it is for the year is that a lot of people use this, and as you can see, that 4 check mark, perfect for eBay sellers and small businesses. This is also great for Amazon, okay? But what I want to let you know in my little disclaimer is that you will find a lot of people use this software or use this site to find different suppliers. All this is, you're finding suppliers, okay? So with this, you're going to find a lot of products are already listed on Amazon, are already listed on eBay, okay? But just know, if you bundle these products, you will find more success, okay? So I'll put a link to all the different wholesale sites that I just mentioned, even this one, and I'll put a link to my bundle course over on Gumroad if you want to check that out. I think that was like $14.99. But yeah, so bundles are a great way to do wholesale, but you do have to spend the time to actually create the listing, do a little bit of marketing, stuff like that. All stuff I go through in my course, but just want to let you know. So, common wholesale mistakes. Some mistakes I see happen very often are people are placing too large of a first order. The reason this is a bad thing is because when you place a large first order, what if the products aren't quite in new condition? What if they have a lot of damaged boxes? What if some of the items are missing pieces? If some of the items are missing pieces, I would let your the manufacturer supplier know. If the items are in not perfect condition, I'd still let the manufacturer supplier know, because you want to sell stuff that is brand new, not used. If you are buying it at a used price, that completely changes things. But when I think of wholesale, I think brand new. Okay, so don't place too large of a first order, just because there is that possibility your items come back or come to you and they are not in the best condition. Which also, I just want to point out, for placing a very first order, do not send the order to a prep and ship company. Send it to your house or your office, or wherever you can actually view those products, because you want to be the first person that sees them, because you don't want to keep placing orders with this wholesaler if the products that they send are not up to your standards. Okay, another mistake is not understanding what you can and can't sell. And this goes back to one of the first slides, is checking if there are any restrictions. Is there hazmat? Is Amazon just doesn't want you to sell it? Maybe the rankings are terrible and you're not going to be able to sell out of what you just ordered. Understand that, okay? Paying too much for stale inventory. Kind of like I was just saying, if the rankings are bad and you don't want to overpay for something that's going to sit for 2 weeks. If you bought 100 units and it's going to sit for 2 weeks just to get one sale, you might want to adjust your strategy a little bit. You might want to reconsider that inventory. So always double check the rankings, always double check reviews, pricing, and just get a feel for the product itself. Is it trending? Is it kind of on a downward spiral? What's going on? Another mistake, not factoring in shipping. Some wholesalers will include shipping in their prices, and it doesn't matter if you buy 1 unit or 100, it's the same price. That doesn't happen very often. Most of them, you have to factor in shipping. If you don't factor in shipping when you're first running your numbers, you could be upside down in the end. So just keep that in mind. Another thing, overbuying. Like I said, if it sells 2 or 1 a week, don't buy 100 of them. It's going to sit for a while. Another mistake is not expanding. If you see the opportunity to expand, to make more money, to get into create another wholesale account, to buy more products, to get a better deal, whatever it is, expand when you can. Wholesale is a great business to scale because it's easily scalable. First steps. I'm going to run through this very quickly because it's actually pretty simple. First, find 5 decent suppliers that have good reviews, a decent mix of inventory, and have their phone number listed on the website. If they don't have the phone number, I will not even deal with them. I want somebody I can call. I want somebody I can email, and I'd like a rep that I can text message. Another thing, email each one and just do a slight introduction, ask some questions, but you don't have to get the manifest first. Introduce yourself and just get a feel for the company, and then second, third email, ask for the manifest. Next thing is pick through the manifest. And cross-check the manifest with Amazon. Check if the items are profitable, what their rankings are, and if there's any restrictions. And then welcome to Wholesale. Okay, no, this is not my warehouse. I would die if my warehouse looked like this, had this many boxes in it. I think this is a clothing wholesaler, but I just wanted to point that out. You will have boxes that look like this and have big stacks, probably very similar to it. So, tips to be successful. First, sell on different platforms. You don't just have to sell on Amazon. Like I said, you can sell on Amazon, you can sell on eBay, you could sell locally if you want to. Always ask for the best price. You never know until you ask. Liquidate what won't sell. Sitting on inventory is going to be the same as a loss. So liquidate. Cut your price in half if you need to. Get rid of inventory. You always want to keep inventory moving. Another thing, cut your losses. Not all wholesale accounts are equal. Some wholesale accounts will do very well. Others, you will have a tough time selling their products. You will have a tough time dealing with your representative. Maybe they are not sending your inventory as fast as you'd like. Whatever it is, cut your losses. Move on to somebody else. There's plenty of wholesale suppliers out there. Find the right ones, stick with them. Another one, expand often. I always say you should expand. You should scale your business. Expand often. Expand when necessary, but expand often. And lastly, hire help. Wholesale is not a business you want to run by yourself. Believe me, I have done it. It is horrible. You will lose your lifestyle business. If you want a lifestyle business, something that you can run on your own time and have fun doing it, this is a great business, but get help. Lastly, I do run the Homemade Entrepreneur exclusive membership group, and I'll put the link in the description box below. But what it is I send you an email 6 days a week except Saturdays, and just giving you advice, running your business, little tips here and there, talking about wholesale, private label, talking about retail arbitrage, thrifting, starting new businesses, passive income, all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check that out. Like I said, the link will be in the description box below, but check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you have any questions on wholesale, put those questions in the comment section below, or send me a message over on Facebook, facebook.com/homemade-entrepreneur. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you click the button, subscribe today, and I'll see you guys on the next video.